years ago when we were first starting as Calvary Chapel. We went to a pastor's conference. At that time, it was early in the days of the Philadelphia-sponsored East Coast Pastors Conference that happens in Northeast Maryland. And those of you who have been there recently know it's packed. We're using the biggest building that they have there, and there's 900 to 1,000 men there just worshiping the Lord and so forth. Well, in the first couple of years that we went, there was a room about this big, maybe a little bit bigger, that wasn't entirely full of the men and pastors that were coming at that time. And on the way to the conference, there was a guy whose family was part of the church at that time. They had been transplanted from Southern California, and so they found us as a Calvary Chapel, and they came and stayed with us for a while. Then the whole family moved on, actually went back to Southern California, had some kids who became missionaries and so forth. But I still remember part of a conversation we had in the van as we're headed out there. And the guy was talking about another fellowship, but he could have been talking about Calvary Chapel, Pittsburgh, because what he said was he was talking about the worship in this one particular Calvary Chapel he went to, and he said, and you know what? They don't even sing the Calvary Chapel songs. And it was a criticism. It was I don't know, I'm not so sure about them. They're falling away. They're not, and I'm in my mind going, so which are the Calvary Chapel songs? Calvary Chapel Music did not exist at that time or had just begun as a publishing company. There was Maranatha Music, which was a ministry out of that, but Maranatha Music was a record label as well. Early Christian, contemporary Christian music was on that label. Is that what you mean, or do you mean just the ones that they sing in Calvary Chapel, Costa Mesa or something, And you see what happens there? Begin to say, oh, this is the way it is. This seems right. We're a Calvary Chapel. We should be singing the Calvary Chapel songs. I'm pretty sure some of the ones that we sing are Calvary Chapel songs, in case you're worried. Some of them are not, but you can read the words of every single song we ever sing here. And I can tell you, because I live in the same house as your worship leader, she labors over new songs, over whether the words are theologically correct. And you may not know it, but there are some songs we sing that we don't sing the author's song. We've changed them because they were ambiguous or were not quite aligned theologically, and we don't want to put that into your mind and into your heart and have you singing something that isn't true.